Hey, yo, it's me, Pops Van Marmalade, and you're watching the Comics-Related Madness Network. Huh? So come get some. CromCon. CromCon.
Hey, we want to shout out to our sponsors, Daytona Beach Comic Con. If you are a fan of comic books, if you're a fan of comic book conventions, and if you like meeting comic book creators and getting comics and comic-related stuff, then you need to make your plans to attend Daytona Beach Comic Con. This year's show is September 7th and 8th. Silverline will be there, so you should make your plans to be there too. We'll see you there. If you like comics and find yourself in the Orlando, Florida area, doesn't everyone come to Orlando at some point in time to see the House of Mouse? But when you're here, you need to make it a point to visit Coliseum of Comics, especially the one on East Colonial Drive. They carry Silverline Comics, even a limited edition Coliseum of Comics version of our comics. So, when you go, be sure to ask for Silverline Comics and tell them we sent you. OCD stands for Orlando Collector Deviants. OCD, Steve and Trish, they're a family of geeks who promote geek things, particularly those around the Orlando, Florida area. They're big supporters of Silverline, and we think you should be supporters of theirs too. Go give them some love. If you are an independent comic book maker and you need to get your independent comics made, you need to look no further than Kablam Digital Printing. They print our books, and they do a bang-up job. They're not only trusted by Silverline, but many, many independent comic book makers. Head on over to kablam.com and see for yourself just how easy it is to have your comic printed by them. And tell them Silverline sent you.
Hi, this is Tim TK, host of That Silverline Show on Tuesday. Join us at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific every Tuesday night as we discuss pop culture and the joys of making comics.
Hi, I'm Barb Kilber, co-host of Silverline's Wednesday Wham. Join us each Wednesday nights as we discuss comics, literature, movies, and anything else that may catch our attention.
I'm Roland Mann, and I host Silverline's Silver Sunday. Join me every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern as we make mine Silverline. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Silverline Silver Sunday. This January 2023. How are you all doing?
Good.
Starting out good. Ask me in a couple of days.
I haven't bought it.
This is only the first day.
Can you believe it's 2023?
Oh,
No.
my goodness,
I cannot.
As long as it's not 2020, I don't care.
2020 is now 3 years in the rearview mirror.
I know, it's hard to believe. It's like all one big blur from 2020 to now.
It is a party. I see Rory's got his hat. Barb had her whistle. I brought pie.
Pie.
Yeah.
And Barb got
Unfortunately,
for the occasion.
Mississippi State's playing tomorrow, so I had to dress in the attire.
And we've got our first guest for the night, Paul. Paul, say hi.
Hi, how y'all doing out there? Happy New
Good.
Year's to everyone.
Thank
Hope you have a great one.
So, Paul, tell everybody who you are, and you have a show on the Comic Madness Network. So tell us who you are, what you do, and tell us when your show is, so everybody who watches us will come tune into you.
Definitely. I do have a show on the network. It's every Wednesday at 4 or 5 Eastern. It's Reality of Comic Publishing with me, Paul Gomez. I say I'm brand new, but I've been told I'm not allowed to say that after 2022 because last year was my first year in making comics, and I put out 4 comics. And
impressive.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
Great job.
After having done that, I did have a lot of problems that I kind of went through and had to problem solve throughout the way. And I just wanted to kind of give my knowledge to new creators out there, and hopefully they don't have to face the same problems that I did.
How about old creators? Can we ask questions?
Yes, definitely. I have a bit of an audience of older creators that kind of get my, I guess, insight, if you will, especially because, I started this journey with my kids, and that was the real reason that I did it. So I'm like aimed towards a teenage audience, and a lot of the older creators are kind of curious as to what my kids say. So I'm definitely glad to have any questions at all.
So what would you say, looking back on this past year, what would you say was because you said you learned some stuff, and what would you say was probably the most, the biggest revelation to you? I wish I had known that before? What would you say? If you could just tell us one thing you learned, what was that?
Oh, wow. To
I know.
pinpoint it one way, I think it would be the con experience. Because
okay.
this was my first year, so I had to take everything in from learning from cons. And that first 2 or 3 cons, I didn't know what I was doing and who to talk to and what was going on. So I did learn.
Where are you?
I'm in Texas. I'm in Fort Worth, Dallas. So
Okay.
I'm in a great market.
Sure.
And thankfully, I got blessed to get picked up by about 25 of the 28 stores here in DFW. So that's
Sweet.
Awesome.
That's been a great thing. And, I was with the publisher at the beginning of my career, and they kind of let me go, but I'm currently talking to another one. So that's another good thing, too. But yeah, really the cons.
The last show I went to, I came home with COVID. So,
Yeah.
the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've said it before on the stream, but Texas, when I first got started in comics, Texas was always good to me and to the gang. We would go over that doesn't exist anymore, but the Dallas Fantasy Festival was always really nice, and they were good to us. Now the guy who runs that is no longer there, but that was always a really good. I think he passed away some years ago. So, but that was always a great show. Texas, he doesn't own a store over there anymore, but Paper Heroes. He had 3 or 4 stores, and me and Steven and Tommy, we did a little tour of his stores. He invited us over, brought us all in, and we just did. He threw us into the back of his Blazer, and we drove around Texas doing his stores for a weekend. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Have you done San Diego yet?
No, I haven't done San Diego. I've only been out of the state twice, and that was New Orleans Fan Expo, and I went to New Mexico Comic Con. So those were the only 2 that I've gone out of state, and everything else has been in state. Like I said, this is my first year, so it was like I applied for New York, but me being brand new, I didn't think they were going to accept me. San Diego, I don't think would accept me either because I'm pretty new, but I'm probably going to try next year.
You only have to submit 3 actual published works to get a pro badge in San Diego. So you would qualify.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Now that might that wouldn't guarantee you a table or anything, but you could get a badge to get into the show.
A pro badge to get in.
Which for a lot of times, I think, it's been a couple of years since I've been to San Diego. Sometimes when you're tied down to a table at a show like that, it's actually hard for you because you want to go around and talk to people, and you can't because you're anchored to that table.
You want to network.
So sometimes just wandering around is better.
Yeah, one of the things I did learn definitely, whenever you go to a con, if you can take somebody with you, that's always great.
Oh, yeah.
I've got my kids, and like I said, my kids started with me. So, Doc, how you doing?
Please, the doctor is in.
All right.
But yeah, I take kids with me, and sometimes they're at the table while I'm out there networking.
Yeah.
So kind of is definitely a plus.
And that's of course, your kids won't always be there with you, but as long as you've got them, that is an excellent thing to do. Have them,
That's what we did, because for the longest time he had me.
Yeah.
And then when we started having kids and they became old enough, I'm like, okay, now it's the kids' turn.
Yeah, take it.
Put them to work.
Yeah. But now the kids are older, and now I'm back at it again. So.
Paul's son Dylan is a better marketer than Paul is.
Oh yeah, we cosplay him. He puts one of my characters' outfits on while he's there, so he's out there, selling. And this was another thing that I learned, throughout my thing.
Yeah.
Hey Q, hey Rich Perotta. Hey, Roland.
Hey, let me run through some comments real quick here. Woody says, hello. Hey, Woody. Rich says, oh, it's Paul. Rich, this is PG-13. So he just, oh, no, it's Doc. Quinn White says, Happy New Year, y'all. Happy New Year,
Happy
Quinn.
New Year.
What's up, Doc?
My man Q. What's going on?
So guys, this is just as a reminder, this is just a party tonight. We don't have a topic to talk about except for Happy New Year and looking back on 2022. Look at there. You got somebody else here. What's up, Aaron Humphreys?
Hey.
What's up?
I'm gonna head out then.
All right,
Happy
Barb.
New Year, everyone.
Good to
Hey,
see
Barb,
you, Barb.
you got an announcement though, don't you?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
We're gonna have a Kickstarter starting in 3 days.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Awesome.
Three.
Your hair looks great.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm going gray.
Yeah.
Roland and I have our books start kickstarting in 3 days. Divinity will be kickstarting.
Three?
Divinity number 3, yeah, and it has gotten great reviews and a great reception. So I'm excited,
It was a good
and
one.
I'm excited to see Trump's number 4 because I am
Yeah.
completely engrossed in that story.
I am excited to see both of these as well. And if you read our update, know that Divinity number 3 could have gone last year. We have I put out a little list of things that here's the books that we said we would do that we didn't get to. Divinity was on the list, but we could have done it. So if you're like, hey, you guys said you were going to do Divinity and you didn't do it, well, it was ready
finished.
and it was finished. It is finished,
Yeah.
but the last Kickstarter didn't go exactly the way we wanted it to, and so. But it's going to be in your hands ASAP. So
The one thing that Paul can confirm is that you're always trying new things. Some things work, some things
Yes.
don't.
Yeah.
And you learn from everything that you try. Doesn't mean it's a failure. It just means it's a learning experience.
Right.
And as a business, you need to do that. You
Oh,
need
yeah.
to
Yeah.
try new things and experiment. And yeah.
That's
Creative
definitely the
problem
thing I say. It is problem solving, though. Everything in comics is one problem after another, and it's really how you deal with it.
That's right. That's right.
Hello, Happy New Year.
Hey,
Happy New
all
Year.
right, Barb.
Happy New
Hey,
Year,
now.
Haley.
Thank you, Barb, and Happy New
Hi,
Year
Barb.
to you.
Happy New Year.
Oh,
Up. Yay.
hi.
Thought you were taking a hit.
All right, Doc. So, tell us who you are and tell us about your show.
Well, I will certainly be glad to do that. But first, I want to apologize, Roland. I was in your chat about a month ago, and I kept consistently calling you Randall. I don't know why I was doing that. And I was like, why is Randall ignoring me?
That's all right. That was probably why. I guess if you were calling Randall, I'm like, he's not talking to me.
Randall.
But I'm
Hey,
not
Rich.
playing like I've been a professional artist for 40 years, making art, paying the bills with it. I started in comics in the 90s with some of the little bitty press like Pocket Change, Fusion Press, those guys.
Nice.
And I was in college at the time getting my degree for counseling. So counseling and then fine art painting. I'm an impressionist painter. And then the world ended. And when the world ended, I couldn't give a painting away where they were buying cars before. So Ethan, of all people, said, well, maybe you need to just do comic books again. I was like, well, okay. So here it is.
Are you talking about EVS?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I have
Very cool.
I have a book and sign up right now. I put the link in private chat for the trailer. Pariah Blood and Mud. It is a quintessential revenge story because there's nothing new under the sun. It's just how you tell it.
Right. Yeah. Sweet. Now when is your let me there's a couple of comments here. Let's see. Rich said, no worries, Rich. Quinn says he's chilling in the Caribbean. Rich, the StreamYard link is literally right there, right below Haley's face.
On the ticker.
Quentin says, sup, Rich. And Just Carol says, hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Because Carol is snarky that way. She once fell out of a 4x4 truck, hit the ground, and her boyfriend ran over and said, what happened? And she said, my chute didn't open.
All right, so
Doc, I could have told you. I could have swore I told you to go get some rest. You old.
So Doc, did you tell us about your show? You stream?
I host Doc's Coffee Shop
Okay.
every Saturday at 10 a.m. We do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. My co-host Tanner Hurley and I, and assorted guests come on. We do a meme review. We highlight great moments in comic book history. I can't see over my own.
Yeah, I know. There's two options for that. Number one, I can get rid of those, or number two, if you've got a bigger screen, you can widen your screen out.
Or I can tilt the camera down and show more of my.
You can do that.
There you go.
But yeah, the show's every Saturday at 10 o'clock, and
Nice.
it's just a good time. We have laughs. We do focus on comic books and geek culture, but we do talk about other things too. And it's
Sweet.
just a good time.
That's nice. Very cool. Very cool. Well, glad to have you on here to wish everyone a happy new year. And the chief brain behind the network. Look at that. He's here himself. Pops, say hi to everybody. Pops.
Happy New Year, one and all. Thanks for being here with Roland, and thanks for watching, everybody in the chat. You guys know what's up.
You
We
know
got big
what's up.
things coming. Big things coming, yo. It's
right.
Everything's falling into place.
Pops, I can't speak for everybody in the network, but I certainly speak for everyone on the Silverline team. We appreciate you, and we appreciate
Very
all
much.
you do to build this network.
I am honored that you guys brought your programming, your content to the network. Now, I know I sound a little nasal right now. Pops rarely gets anything. I got a nasal thing going on right now that's driving me freaking batty. But
well, y'all did have like sub-zero temperatures up your way.
yeah, and I don't know. Like I said, I rarely get sick of any kind of sick, and it's like last couple of days I just ain't been able to breathe. It's driving me nuts. And you know, it ain't allergies. It's the middle of winter, right?
Yeah.
So-
Down here in Florida, I had to actually pull out my my sweatpants.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
It was like 30 degrees at my house.
Yeah.
We were like,
And he-
That's,
what? We're
that's
like,
worse weather.
What's going here?
Honored.
Yeah. Haley, he says it never gets cold here, so he spoke too soon, didn't he?
Yeah. Like,
We-
I mean, but
we
that
are
was crazy.
seriously
I mean, I've
honored.
lived for like 5 years now, and I've never seen it that cold. It's like,
Oh, it was-
It just doesn't get cold down here.
Everywhere but Phoenix, yo. Everywhere but Phoenix.
Yeah.
The whole nation was cold. Jim O'Reilly sitting in Phoenix. Yeah, 70 degrees today. You know, look, I'm seriously honored and gratified that everybody enjoys doing what we're doing. I mean, like right now, we're broadcasting to 8 different destinations. We're
Yep.
trying to get as many eyes on what everybody does as possible. You guys have been a huge part of it, bringing like 3 shows a week to the channel and specials, like, you know, I mean, and pitching in when I need some extra content. Roland's like, I got something for you. Michael Nunneley, he's another one that will just send me stuff, you know, if we need something. You guys all rock, man. Doc's been with me on CromCon for a while, helping me, and when he started doing his own show, it was like, oh, get on. That's what I want. Paul brought an idea to me. Pops, I got an idea. I just lay it on me. He told me, bring it.
Yep.
You know,
I've tried to send a couple other new folks your way. I don't know if they've reached out. I know one of them did. One of them I hooked up with you, so I'm hoping that they'll talk with you and we'll get a new show added to the network. These are good folks. They have always been supporters of ours as well. So
cool.
Hopefully that can happen. So we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on YouTube, 2 different YouTube channels. We're on Twitch and we're on Twitter.
Yeah,
so you can see us. You know, pick your poison. And not just us. This is all the network.
Yeah.
This is partly why we get so excited about the network, is because, you know, we know now we go to more places than just our Facebook and YouTube.
And it's crazy when you go look at it. It's like sometimes it seems like nobody was watching, and then you'll go look over on Twitter, and it's like, dang, 35 people watched live there. You know, so it's like where before you knew you were on YouTube and you knew exactly how many people were watching.
Yeah.
Now it's like we have no idea. We just know the reach is getting longer. That's all.
Yeah.
You know,
just don't
it's
do.
fun.
And I'm taking a secret jab at a different place. So no names if you guys know it. Just don't suddenly tell us there are 80,000 people listening to on an internet radio and never provide numbers to us.
I I'd like to say very briefly, Roy, that's the most magnificent beard I have seen in decades. All hail the beard.
I had a Yukon Cornelius get up for Christmas going.
I grew a 30-day beard for Christmas. I just grew it out just for 1 month for the grandkids, so I'd have a little something going on, but it's gone.
Yeah, Roy grew that out in a week, Pops. Come on.
In a week. Well, I just shaved today, and I've already had 2 people tell me already that they don't like it.
Yep, don't like it.
BJ, I walked out and BJ said, "What did you do?"
I'm good with him shave because it's been a tradition for many years now.
I see you, Vic. Hang on.
In that he shaves and then he grows it, until around Valentine's. And this time, he comes out from having gotten his shower and he comes over and kisses me and then he walks away and I had to do a double take. I'm like, wait, what? And I heard him shaving in the bathroom, but I thought he was going to trim it up and have his goatee and his mustache and everything.
It didn't feel right at all, did it?
Dude, what did you do? And I love the softness. I love it, but I've gotten used to the goatee and the mustache, so it'll grow back like he says. So
all right, there's a couple of you in the backstage. I see you there, so know that I see you.
You're staying back there.
I'm gonna jump out.
Paul,
Happy New Year, everybody!
Paul, thank you so very much. Happy New Year to you. Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Make sure you look for Paul.
I can sit in the backstage while when you got people up. I mean, I ain't doing nothing. I can pop in and out all night.
Okay, all right.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and give, but I just wanted to wish everybody a happy New Year and yeah, y'all. One of the people that's like behind the scenes kind of thing. I'm impressed with everything that you do and the time and energy that you put into things and. For those that give me lots of material and then I take it and create other things to be able to promote like the thumbnails and things like that. Yeah. Thank you. And I'm just looking forward to another and even better 2023. So again, and Pops, I know we haven't officially met, but I get everything from Roland, but thank you. I'm excited too. When he came to me and said we were joining, the network is like, that is amazing. So looking forward to that growing as well. But Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Good seeing you.
I shaved mine, Roland, once, and my wife said, "Your face is less interesting." I wanted to jump in front of a bus. I'm like, I'm not doing that again.
So I your face kind of your skin needs some air every now and then. And so I did this. By the time we get here next week, I'll have shadows of a goatee back. So, Vic disappeared.
Rory, is that true?
No, not true. That's funny. Last semester in Chem Lab, there was a couple girls that were like, "Would you ever shave your beard?" Hey. And I said, only my wife can make me shave my beard. They're like, "Oh, you're married?" I'm like, no.
Yeah. So now we have joining us Q Continuum. What's up, Q?
How you doing? Happy New Year, first off.
Thank you, and a Happy New Year to you.
Thank you.
So Q, I don't
know.
Hey. So tell everyone who you are and tell us about your show on the network.
Basically, I'm a visitor of the Madness Comic Book Network, and since Pop invited me to do all the drawings and stuff, normally I do some drawings on live stream, and since he's been almost a year or so, around, I think it's around April or so, almost a year or so, and that's how I enjoyed for the drawings stream.
I met Q. He was one of the regular people in the chat on Christy Shin's Lunch Hour.
Okay, yeah.
Back last year sometime, and it was like when we started doing the open draw stream on Sunday afternoons, Q started coming out and drawing.
Sweet.
And one of my favorite things about Q is when you ask him where you can find him, he says, "On the Madness
Comic Book Network on YouTube."
That's right.
Q has the singular, most infectious laugh ever. when he comes on and something cracks him up, I have to mute myself and have a coughing fit because
infectious laughs are good. Yeah, we had Vic on here. Vic, if you're still listening, come back. I'll get you back on. I saw you in the waiting room. I just you bailed before I could get to you. So
I'm going to bounce rolling.
Okay, Doc. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Happy New Year. I look forward to Laurie, Scott, Aaron, Haley. I'd love to have you guys come on the show sometime and hang out with us.
Sure.
Definitely love that.
There's Vic.
Yeah, sweet.
Happy New Year.
Oh, where do you go?
All right, there's Vic. Vic has made it back. Vic has got to get things turned back on. Hello, Vic.
Hello. Seriously, I spent like 20 minutes trying to get it on.
How are you, Vic?
Pretty good.
It is good to put a face and a voice to the name that we see pop up on our chat all the time.
Most of the face.
Yeah,
most
at
of
least
the
half the face. You can maintain your anonymity.
There you go.
Yeah. Be mysterious.
Now, you guys don't remember, I don't know if he said it during, I know he said it during one of the Sunday streams, but when we were talking to Vic at one point in time, talking about an artist, Vic is a 15-year-old comic artist in the works. So he tunes into our streams and gleans what he can from us, ask us all kinds of really cool questions, which we enjoy answering. We enjoy the heck out of answering them, Vic. So Just Carol says, can I drop a link to my tweet showing off my fantastic coloring beginning skill? Of course, drop a link in there. All links are good. Okay, so I gotta read the rest of this one. So it says, can I drop a link to my tweet showing off my fantastic coloring beginner skills? And will you be nice and only tell me it sucks in DMs? So
no, we will publicly shame you.
Nope.
What are you showing off there, Vic?
Built some thicker skin.
Remember, like 3 weeks ago, I kept asking about if RA owned the rights to Dark Wolf?
Yes.
He does not completely.
Really? I did not know that.
I had to hunt down an issue to figure out that the artist owned.
Fact checking.
Who was the artist?
Hey,
what is that banging noise?
Is that what you mean?
No, wait, that's just Tommy being Tommy.
No, there's some banging noise. It sounds like somebody slamming their head into a refrigerator or something.
Who is the artist on that, Vic?
Burke.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right. I have to. You know what? Drop me an email. I'll try to reach out to RA. RA doesn't really do social media, but if you'll drop me an email, I will send RA a note and ask him. So we already got Q. Find out what Q's is his stream is. So Vic, what are your plans for 2023? Aside from tuning into more Silverline and Madness streams, of course.
Actually putting a book out instead of just racking up random pages.
It's going to give me something to do. Talk about this.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah, that'll work.
Very, very cool. And I just happen to know they're down there. I happen to know someone who actually it'd be easier if I do this. I know a great printer for you, Vic. Once you get ready to go to press, you should reach out to these guys. When you do, tell them that I sent you.
The guy in charge is a real.
Vic, I see you. Give me a sec.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about those guys.
Real difficult to work with.
Yeah, they're very troublesome. Very troublesome.
Oh, you can get that many in here. I didn't know you could get that many in here. Wow.
Bro, I paid for the good stuff. Yo.
There he is. Rich.
What? Just added Rich. Hello, Rich.
Oh, hey.
Looks like you can add 2 more spaces in there.
It looks like it.
You just keep getting smaller and smaller.
I'm already insignificant, so being smaller doesn't really bother me at all, really.
So Rich,
Happy
I
New
know
Year
who you
to
are.
you. Do oh my
you.
God,
Happy
why?
New Year! Happy New Year's to you as well.
How you doing?
So
how's it going,
so
guys?
Tell the folks listening to us tonight who you are and what you do and when you stream on the Madness Network.
Okay. My name's Rich Perotta. I'm a former Marvel and DC Comics artist for about 12 odd years. Then I stumbled into the independent circuit for about 7 or 8. And then I started self-publishing in 2020. And I launched my first Kickstarter on Pops' network. And shortly after, I became the host of I became the co-host of the Monday Madness. And shortly after that, I took my YouTube channel and merged it over with Pops' network, the Madness Open Draw Stream. And as of September of this year, I am a college professor for traditional art and concept art and gaming art for Confetti Institute of Creative Technologies. And
wow.
And I'm in Nottingham. I did it. I live in the United Kingdom, so I'm doing pretty decent so far.
Okay, so it's like
you hide your accent well.
2 a.m.
I know.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Yeah.
So it's like 2 a.m. where you are. 2:30.
It's what the hell is it?
It's late. Don't worry.
No, it's 1 a.m.
It's late.
It's 1:30. I've been sick the entire day, and I think I overdosed on every single medicine you could possibly think of. I even took a couple of shots of this nastiness.
Jägermeister? Oh, that's not Jäger. No.
Yeah, this is like the coffee. It's the chesty cough. I did shots, as in like when you go to a bar, and I have a shot glass where it's like glug glug glug. And I'm thinking Little John in my head, like shot. That's how I was like, yeah, man. I took a couple of shots of those bad boys, and I'm feeling a little bit better. I mean, my fever broke a couple of times. It broke a lot just a few minutes, like about a half hour ago, and now I'm here because I can't sleep. So, I just wanted to speak to all you fine human beings and stuff like that and say Happy New Year and all that other lovely jazz.
Well, thank you.
Happy New Year.
You're welcome. Thank you for letting me on here. I appreciate it.
You rich.
Of course, absolutely.
And now everybody knows why there was no draw stream today.
Oh yeah, I was out. I didn't know there was going to be one, man. I wasn't too sure if there was going to be one given the holidays.
Well, there ain't never going to be one if you ain't there. You're the host.
Oops.
I was too. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I was too busy. I was too busy shivering under some covers. Sorry.
Running 100 degree temperature.
102 fever, and I'm like,
It's like this. If I was an artist, then I could step in and host that show on the occasions when Rich can't be there. That's the one show I can't. I'm not that guy. I don't get to step into the artist's shoes and act like I can run a draw stream. I don't draw.
Hey,
there are far more capable people than I am to just pop in.
Today we had nobody. I'm just saying. I'm just like I didn't know we weren't going to have a show, so it was kind of late to be asking somebody to step in. But at the same time, it's New Year's Day. Okay. Right?
I'll definitely be around for the Monday Madness tomorrow.
We got Pale Rider.
Well, we hope you get to. I hope you get to feel it.
Rider.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Who's driving the ship here? Whoa, what happened?
What's he doing here?
We hope you get to feeling better.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Roland. I do appreciate that, man. It's been like wow, fever and out of nowhere. And I start my next term in about 2 days.
Oh, you better knock it out quick.
Yeah.
My schedule has
I start mine on the Wednesday, so.
Yeah. Well, we have a bank holiday tomorrow. It's frankly an excuse to not go to work. So it's like, all right, cool.
It's very American.
No, it's
Yeah.
very British.
It's very British. Very British.
We don't get bank holidays in Merc.
No.
But we have holidays for everything else, so.
Yeah,
At least that.
We have a whole bunch of
I think I'm going to sign off.
Oh, well, Haley, I didn't get
Haley.
All right.
Bye, Haley.
Oh,
Hey, wait. Before you go, Haley, big plans for what are your plans for 2023? Anything about 2022 you want to highlight, lowlights?
Yeah, I did. I did like an Instagram post and I listed all the art stuff I did this year, and I was like, wow, there's so much. Like
We're not looking at Instagram now, so tell us.
Yeah, they're the two comics that I colored for Silverline came out. Started working on Bear number 2, so for 2023, my goal is to finish that. I illustrated a couple children's books for a local author. So that was cool. And I did.
Bear actually came out last year also.
Did it?
Where can people find you?
In 22, right?
Which one?
Bear came out in 22.
Yeah, well, she's not the center square here, so Rory's there.
Now there we go. Okay.
You are damn sight pretty. I will say this: you are a damn sight prettier than Paul Lind. So we're good.
Good reference. Wow, good reference.
You are showing your age.
Wow.
There.
I was around when Papyrus.
And unfortunately, everybody going, yeah. You're showing your age too.
I just know him as Templeton the Rat. That's all.
It says crunchy.
Thank you.
Haley, Happy New Year to you. Thank you for stopping by.
Mm-hmm. Happy New Year.
We'll see you next Sunday.
Happy New Year.
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Right.
That's okay.
Nice to see you guys. Bye.
It says crunchy.
And so Scott popped in. Scott snuck in. Scott is no stranger to the Silverline Network, but Scott,
there he is.
Tell people what you do normally on Wednesdays.
On Wednesday, oh man,
Tell people who you are.
Oh, well, my name is
what
Scott.
you do, and then the Wednesday thing.
I co-created. I always get this Steam Patriots, and they say I co-host the Wednesday Wham show. Dean carries the show on Wednesday, and I chime in to make irreverent remarks. Mostly at or about Rory, and our playful repartee makes for a good show. The Wednesday show's a lot of fun.
We have the best show.
I was about to say I think we do. That was false. No, we do unequivocally. Without a doubt, the Wednesday show.
I have to admit, Rory, I am hot for that damn mustache. Look at it. Jesus Christ, you look like a villain.
Oh, thank you.
I love it. You are a villain, a bearded villain. I feel like you're going to rob my stagecoach. I mean, Jesus. What is it with this guy? It's like stick him up.
Dedication.
Be my saber and flintlock. It's
the mustache part. It's not just the beard. Yeah. It's the way the mustache.
And the full beard. And the full beard is what does it.
Oh man,
he looks like Raleigh Fingers if he was a mountain man. If anybody knows who Raleigh Fingers is, anybody a baseball aficionado, then you'll know who I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
He's a pitcher for the Oakland A's.
I don't know.
Yes, a relief pitcher for he actually won a Cy Young Award for being a relief pitcher. Isn't that crazy?
I had a baseball with that whole team autographed.
I stopped watching baseball.
Reggie Jackson, that whole team, man.
Reggie Jackson.
I stopped watching baseball during the World Series strike.
That was 1994.
87, wasn't it?
It was 1994.
No, 87. The Twins won the World Series. That was
the 94 is when I stopped watching professional baseball.
Yeah, and in 1994, the Montreal Expos won 100 games before like most of 3/4 of the season was out. They were a dynasty waiting to happen, and then the strike killed them.
Yep.
Damn. That's why they're in Washington now.
I just figured if these guys can't work out their problems enough to play the World Series, then they don't need me anymore. So I stopped watching.
Yeah.
That's funny because COVID didn't stop the World Series. It's like,
right?
That's a deadly pandemic. Yeah. It's like, uh-oh.
So, yeah.
I just look at it like this: the amount of money y'all getting paid to play a game.
A game.
Shut up.
Yeah.
A game, yeah.
A kid's game.
Shut up.
Play the World Series. Play the World Series, work out your contract stuff later.
Yeah.
That was my opinion. It's like, look, play the game. You know what? They can get more money. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't care either.
But that's what I'm saying. The amount they're already getting paid, shut up.
Yeah.
Season. Play the game.
Yeah. It's not like I'm going to go to a baseball game anytime soon. I'm not paying $100 for a nosebleed seat.
That's it.
How's that cricket treating
you? Anymore.
Cricket is actually really lame because you can play it on the 360-degree field.
Oh.
And even if you have like what we would consider a foul tip, it could still be considered a quote-unquote home run. And the home runs there are 6 runs, and that's cheap because they're like, oh no, we can't let the Americans beat us at anything. Let's make sure that this is 6 runs. And it's like, yeah, this is lame. And when they pitch, the ball bounces on the ground. And it's like you do that 5 times in a row in the major leagues, you're getting thrown out of the damn game.
Yeah,
I'm like, you guys suck, and they don't wear gloves.
Yeah,
it's like here, I'm gonna catch this rock hard ball, and it's like, thank you, I can't feel my
Fantastic Mr. Fox and their whack bat, right? And they did divide that by 9, please.
God help
Great
me,
movie.
I can't. And it's like they are the smallest individuals. They really are. They're like 5.5 feet tall, maybe. Yeah, I tower over these. I'm not that tall, and I'm like, hello, little man. You can hit that little wicket with your cricket. It's like
you all double as jockeys.
Well, they don't. I mean, when you see a home run in the Major League Baseball, it's like this Ruthian, like almost superheroic, like swing of the bat with such ferocity. It's like, I'm going to destroy this thing and launch it to another planet. In cricket, it's like, yay! I got to run. I must run this way.
I don't know much about cricket, but anytime I've ever seen it, it always looked to me, and if you're a frat boy, I don't quite apologize to you. It always looked like a bunch of frat boys out there playing. It's like,
it is. They're all proper. They, God forbid, they ever get their uniforms dirty or anything like that. They all have tea afterwards.
Oh, heaven.
I'm like, Jesus H. Christ. That they have tea, but then all of a sudden they go to the pub and then they have a couple of pints of Guinness, and I'm like, you're all a bunch of. I'd love to say the word, but I'm trying to be non-profane.
Cricket is to baseball what polo is to golf. Yo.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
nobody cares.
Exactly. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Now, Aaron, we haven't seen you on Sundays for a while now because you've been doing Tuesdays and Wednesdays streams. So, how you been, Aaron?
I've been good. I just finished up a picture I posted on Facebook. So
a picture you posted on Facebook?
Yeah, one of my novels.
So you took a picture?
No, I drew a picture.
Oh, so is it really called a picture if you drew it?
Yes.
Yeah, well,
I think a picture is what you take with a camera.
You take a photo with a camera.
So. No, I don't.
This is about to get really meta.
Oh yeah,
I think so.
Can you draw a photo, or do you draw a picture? Paint me a picture.
Draw a picture. Right.
What would Amelia Bedelia do?
No,
so draw the blinds.
So Aaron, what were your 2022 highlights and lowlights, and what are you looking forward to in 23?
I think my highlight is I finished my graphic novel. That was finished the first part of the year.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And so before we just like coast past that, let's talk about that. How many pages was that monstrosity?
That was 300 pages.
It was huge.
300 pages, y'all.
Yeah.
Would you start working on it when you were like 12?
No, 6 years.
How old are you now?
47.
Oh, okay, all right. This is just after puberty, I'm thinking. Jesus, that's a lot of pages.
Also, the 2 kids looks in between that too.
That's incredible. Well, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
You've been working on it for 6 years. Now, are you the artist or are you the writer?
I'm everything.
Yes. Good gravy.
I'm everything.
How do you deal with?
I am the Batman.
The more you draw, I mean, it's a 6-year span. Obviously your art style, as it goes, is going to evolve somewhat. Is there a market difference between when you first started the book and then all of a sudden now it's like completed at this point?
Would you say
it was crayons at the beginning, and then now
it was
it's
crayons,
digital.
right? And then I discovered Copic markers.
Yeah.
Somewhat, yeah. It actually was. I think it actually was a little more detailed and got looser as it went on.
Okay.
The art style, but not that marked of a difference.
Okay.
Aaron was like, "I've got to finish this thing. I'm going to draw less. Let me get done."
And you kind of answered my related question. I was going to ask you, did you go back and redraw anything?
Yeah,
because of the change in style.
Yeah, this book was actually finished once before I redid it.
Oh, it's the second time you did the 300.
Goodness. Yes.
Wow.
That's why it took 6 years, because you did it twice.
No, I did that a long time ago. So no, it took 6 years because
it was
so that's
12 years.
600 pages.
What?
Yes.
That's 600 pages.
Yeah.
That's wow. All right.
Hey, so here's the other thing. So
that's dedication.
Yes, it is.
While Aaron was doing this second 300 pages, he is also working on Silverline Comics and did two issues or just one?
2 issues are in the bag. I'm working on
issue 3. Okay, yeah. So did 2 issues, 22 pages apiece. So you're talking about 44 additional pages on top of that.
On top of that,
and some covers here and there, and all that kind of
stuff. Covers, yep.
I did covers, yeah.
I got to break out my calculator for this one. I'm just simply not too smart today.
Yeah. So now I'm just kind of I'm starting. Yeah, I'm in the middle of issue 3 of Obsoletes, and I'm working on my other comic too. So I'm going back and forth.
Excellent. Good job. Good job.
So that would be
good job.
So now, what are you hoping to have part of that finished for 23? I know Obsolete 3, yes, but
yeah, the Obsoletes 3. The other comic could just be a single issue, one-off story, so it's not going to be interconnected. Each issue will be its own story. If that makes sense.
Sure.
And it's only 200 pages for this.
No, these are only 20. Well, I don't know if we'll get there. These ones I'm actually going to try to color, almost like my style, completely color with the shadow and light. So it's going to take me longer to do them. That was my goal. Every time I start a project, I try to do something different. So Godlings was more about storytelling. This one's more about pushing my art. So I try to do different goals within my project. So they don't become stale to me, I guess.
You keep
I don't know, man.
400
pages, you're slacking.
Yeah.
I look at it like you keep challenging yourself. Do something. But
that's always attempting to push it.
I hint to all of you, that's not a bad idea. Challenge yourself.
Absolutely.
To the limits.
Now, Scott, I asked you kind of what you did know, but I didn't ask you your 2022 highlights, lowlights, and your 2023 anticipations. If you do what do they call those?
Comics.
No. If you do resolutions, that's fine.
I don't do resolutions, but I do like taking the new year as a time for assessment and course corrections and goal planning. I try to do that throughout the year every so often to see how things are going and readjust. 2022, I had to. It was a year for family, and it was a year for focusing on some personal goals and so forth. And so honestly, a lot of creative stuff did have to take a back seat, which was fine. And it was a great year. And
it's still line we always say family first.
You guys are great. It was a good year for lots of family stuff and all that related. So 2023, I have a list of titles I am working on. I really am sick of getting asked when is Steam Patriots #2 coming.
So then I'll change it when it's #3 coming.
Right. Thank you. We have 2 penciled in, and it's all looking good. And I really want Rory and I both we have vowed to punch each other in the face or the crotch if we don't get Steam Patriots knocked out in good chunks this year.
Sounds like it's painful.
It is, and it's the only way we learn, right? I mean, it's with pain. So we're going to as iron sharpens iron. Rory and I are going to get these done, and I do have other stuff that I really, I went to school to write. I'd really like to have more than 24 pages to my name.
And if you and Roy do happen to do that, catch that on video.
We're gonna record it.
Every minute.
I don't know. First
the
face,
for the Kickstarter.
then
We'll add.
We'll use that as a Kickstarter update, right?
Yeah. It will be a throwdown. So, the 2023.
We should get stuntmen to do it and then pan back to see us making sounds.
Make the whole production. Hey, I don't know. Maybe we'll do it regardless.
Man, if you're gonna get a stuntman, you need to get Colt Sievers. Now, I'm dating myself when I say that name, but if you know who Colt Sievers is, you're okay in my book.
I'm sorry.
I gotta look that one up.
I could pretend and Google it right now.
The Fall Guy. Lee Majors.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go jump tall bridge. I go in from a vine.
So those are my creative goals. And Rory and I have some co-creative goals, and Rory did not go to school for writing, and so I'm trying to.
I'm a natural born
Rory.
creator.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Natural born villain.
School's for fools. Rory.
Except that Rory is in school now.
Yeah, I know. Biology or what? Come on. What is this? What are you doing,
what
Rory?
Can I do with that? I don't know.
Catholic biology, physiology, theology? It's all smashed together.
Catholic biology?
I don't know. Rory's getting his degree. He gets to make his own degree and write it on his diploma.
If you have 10 nuns in a room, how many rulers are there?
And it's just one big ball of I don't know what. But Rory, Rory's going to work
Jewish
on
neurology. I mean,
he's going to work on some hopefully a spin-off or a one-shot for the Steam Patriots world. We really
just rounded the turn on that this past week.
Want to grow that world. And if you've been watching the Wednesday Wham show, you can go back through the archives and piece together all the clues to figure out what Rory's up to.
We just pulled an MST3K. We got 5 years of teasers all throughout.
That's Wednesday Wham, 8 p.m.
There's a loose plot.
There you go. That's right.
Wednesday nights. Watch us.
Recording pops doing that.
That's where everybody gets their exclusive content. We're a bunch of teases on Wednesday night.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
So
bring it here. Bring it here.
That pass the baton to you then, Roy. What about you? What about what were the highlights and lowlights of 22 for you, and what's 23 looking like? What are you looking forward to in 23?
Oh man, so the most fun looking back at 22 was all the cons we got to do together.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
I got to go to one of them with you.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh was fun.
Yeah,
Rivers.
Yeah,
my first time ever in the state of Pennsylvania.
First time above the Mason-Dixon.
No, not the first time. Okay. I went to New York several times when I was with Marvel, but
gotcha.
When were you at Marvel, Roland? I believe you. I just want to know
in
when
the
you
90s,
were at Marvel.
early 90s, early mid 90s.
I was part of Rita's Raiders in 94 to 95.
Really? Oh, yeah. I probably met you then.
You probably did. You probably looked at me and go, "Hawks."
Aside, Sleep.
Yeah, it's like Pshaw.
Comic creators coming through.
You remember when Marvel bought Malibu?
No.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
Well,
I don't remember when did they buy Malibu?
That was early. It was 92, 93, wasn't it?
I was 94. An intern in September.
94. Okay, I knew it was in the early mid 90s.
It was 94, and then they
Disney 1994,
and then they declared bankruptcy in 96.
Was it 96 or it was 96? Was it or 97?
Yeah, it was 96 when they fired everybody. I don't know.
Oh no, I was there.
Yeah,
it was 95. Did you go to like that big shindig that they held at the end of the year? Like at the end of 1994, going into 1995, there was this thing where it's like they had this huge hall rented out, free shrimp, free drinks, and all that stuff, right? And then all of a sudden, Marvel was pushing out like 110 titles a month, and they were all crap. And the majority of them were crap. And it's just like what happened was that the very, very happy and sunny, shiny people were like, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take all 110 titles. We're going to consolidate them to about 50. So we're going to do that effectively tomorrow, and that's going to be great. So we're all like talking amongst ourselves. And then as soon as we get in, about a half hour later, 3/4 of the editorial and the bullpen staff are canned. Not to mention the receptionists, the accountants, all that shit. We lost 2 floors.
Yeah.
We had the 9th to the 12th, and now we had like the 10th to the 11th.
That was 90. That was 96. Early. I remember it vividly.
It wasn't 96. It was.
Yes,
I was there as a Raider. It was like 95, man. 96 is when they declared bankruptcy.
It had to have been Christmas of 95 and not Christmas of 94.
It was Christmas of. It was right after 94 because because see,
they didn't buy Malibu until November of 94. So, and then they didn't fire me, and I was there for almost 2 years. So
I'm glad they didn't fire you.
No, they did eventually.
They eventually did. Yeah.
but what happened? So they were kind of underhanded. I don't know if I've ever told this story. So our president, the Malibu president, was Scott Rosenberg, right? And he was kind of run the West Coast offices, right? Mm-hmm. He got a call late one night and said, "Hey, we need you to fly now to New York."
I heard that. I remember that story.
So the next day, Scott was in the air. When we were at the office, we started getting calls from freelancers saying, "Hey, have you heard what's going on at Marvel?" We're like, "No." And we started getting, "He's been fired. He's been fired. He's been fired." We started getting this word. All these Marvel people are getting fired. So we start talking amongst ourselves. We can't get a hold of Scott, who's the only person that gives us the information. That he was our, conduit into Marvel. So we had no clue what was going on. But we got to thinking, they put him on a plane. We knew that. They wanted him in the air so that he wouldn't know what was going on and couldn't warn us. Well, unfortunately, they didn't. They underestimated the power of the freelance network. And so we all got together. We said, well, we're going to be fired tomorrow, right? And so a bunch of us, myself included, we went back up to the offices. I cleaned out my office that night of 90% of my personal stuff. Sure enough, the next day, we show up to the office. There's armed guards at the door. And they proceed to fire a whole they grabbed Hank first, and then they proceeded to fire a whole bunch of us. They let go of like 200 Marvel folks the one day and 200 of us the next day.
They canned quite a few editors.
Yeah.
They got rid of Nel Yomtov, who's been there for about 20 years up at that point. And he made away like a bandit, because from what I heard, he still had 2 years left on his contract. And it's like, well, you got to pay me. So he came away clean with a nice, severance package.
Wow.
He deserved it. He was a very good guy. I like him, for who he is as an editor and as a person. And it was a bloodbath, and it's like there were so many people. We all had a drink afterwards. I mean, I didn't care because I was a Raider, and I made minimum wage, which was $7.25 an hour. And I was like, well, I don't really care. I've already done this for a year. I don't give a rat's ass. I was like, whatever. But there were guys there that were there for a good 15, 20 years working in the bullpen, working in editorial. Freelancers who've been there forever, and it's just like, God damn, you guys, and it's right around that time. I mean, when did they start hiring artists from outside the United States? When was it?
I would think.
So when did Marvel do it, or when did the industry do it?
When did the issue started in the late 90s?
I was going to say, no. Earlier than that. It was earlier than that, because we hired Deodato in 92 or 93.
I mean,
around 93, I remember him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can argue that Alan Moore was a hire outside DC. You can even say in the 80s.
Well, I think,
Look at poor Vic. He's just drawing him a goddamn idea what y'all talking about.
Don't scare the boy.
Vic eats us up.
How old is Vic? How old
Vic
is
he? 15.
15. I'm loving this, but I'm still not over armed guards.
Yeah. There were armed guards at the door, and they were there to make sure that basically we didn't walk out with any property that wasn't ours, because we all had computers on our desk. That was the one big big stark difference I noticed the first time I went to the Marvel offices in New York. Well, I walked around. I'm like, well, where's your computer? Oh, it's right out in the hallway. Or the editors had like 1 or 2 computers that they all shared.
Yeah.
And at Malibu, we
it was
all
real
had computers. It was really eye opening for me because I had my own computer for a long time, but Marvel still had. I don't know. I can't remember if they had one computer that they all shared, or they had a couple different computers that the different houses shared. They had the Spider House, the X-Men house, the Avengers house. And I can't remember if each house had a computer. I don't remember that, but.
Yeah, that was Bob Harris was the editor and
the ex-editor
at Marvel for a while, and
well, now this was when they had five editors. Remember the 5 AFC?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I remember.
So Bob was the
X-Men editor.
Yep. Fingerroth was the Spider editor. Bobby Chase was the Hulk and.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
They had Carl Potts that did.
I forgot who the other people were.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the 5th one. Who was the 5th one? Oh, Grunwald.
Yeah. When did he pass? When did he pass away?
I don't know, but I still have a handwritten note from him. I loaned him a book. And he and I talked about the cultural differences in the United States. I love Mark, was a great guy. We talked about cultural differences in the United States, and you don't know me well enough, Rich, but those who do, we started talking about Civil War and all that kind of stuff. And I told him about this book, and so I mailed it to him, and he returned it to me with a handwritten note. I just left it in the book when I got it, but after he passed. That note became more important to me because I'm like, okay, now I've got this.
I'll be back in 2 seconds. I heard the doorbell ring. So
yeah, I never really knew him.
Oh, dial 9 and 1.
I've met him a couple of times in passing, as I walked by him in the editorial offices. But after he passed on, I was told by some members of the bullpen that when he was cremated, they took his ashes and they put in the ink. That was a print. That wound up being a print for all the Marvel characters in one shot. And it's like, and that poster from the last time I was there was still there.
Really?
I don't know if it's there now, but it's like his legacy. He will always be a part of Marvel from what I know. It's like I wish I had the chance to know this individual because everyone loved him.
Yeah.
Everyone loved him.
Curiosity attack.
From what I understand, he was a great guy.
Yeah.
Rich,
yeah, he was.
I'm having a big old curiosity attack right now. Vic, can we see what you're drawing, bro?
Bootleg Usagi Ojimbo.
Hold up. Let me make this.
Show
me that. Show me that. Come on.
We'll show off those skills with the Z.
Yes, Viagrify it.
I just got to know what people are doing. That's part of my curse.
It is bad. I just got the word.
Oh God! I Quentin, what the hell's wrong with you?
There's that laugh Doc was talking about. Remember that?
It's a maniac like laugh. Like you're about to cut someone's teeth out. It's like, and then use the teeth to eat the person that you just took the teeth out of his face. It's like you're a sick man there, Quentin. I love you.
Love you too, Rich.
It's super late. It's 2:00 in the morning over here, man. And I've been asleep, awake,
drugged all day.
I'm still trying to get rid of this damn fever. I just downed a couple more Tylenol or something like that, and I've already.
I know he's taking at this point. He's just dropping pills.
Yeah, I would I would have snorted it all, but I don't have $100 bill with me, So, but it was an honor to be here. I thank you all greatly for allowing me here and wish all of you a very happy New Year and good fortune for the next year coming up.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you.
I will see all you cats later.
Thank you for stopping by.
Get well soon.
I shall try. Maybe.
All right, Rory, did you finish your 2023?
He did not.
I didn't know.
I didn't think so.
That was a hard.
Yeah. I thought because I'm sitting here trying to remember. I don't think Rory finished.
So for 23, a lot of what Scott was saying, we got some goals we want to meet, and will probably meet and beat. I'm looking to acquire new skills. I'm going to try my hand at a couple different artsy things and see if I don't fall flat on my face. Because when I was a young man and going into high school, I wanted to do art, and I was terrible. So I started writing, and I was better at that. So now that I'm older, more experienced, I'll try it. I'll try my hand again, see what I can do. Start with something small, lettering, and then maybe inking or something. But so I'll be leaning heavily on all the other Silverline creators. How do you do this? What brush do you use? What is this? How do you use Adobe?
So if I can give you one piece of advice about any kind of art endeavor, it is to be patient.
Yes.
The thing that I think a lot of people who come into it later is that what happens is they want it to happen fast. You're going to sit down with a piece of page and you're going to do it for an hour, and you're like, why doesn't this look like a comic page yet? And you've got to remember that today it takes longer, but even 20 years ago, the average length it took to draw a comic page was about 6 hours. Wow. So that will be the thing I would encourage you. And that's actually putting the pencil to the paper. A lot of times they'll start off doing thumbnails, designing the page, kind of a layout, and then you get into the actual artwork. And remember, it's not going to happen fast. It's going to take you some time. Now, don't be like some of these artists and take like 3 days to do a single page. Vic, you can be excused if you're in school. That's beside the point.
Wait. I'm in school.
I tend to do a page a day, which is
a page a day is good. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to put like a day on it because not everybody's day is equal.
Right. 8-hour day versus.
Yeah. I mean, an 8-hour day, or do you have a 2-hour day? You go to school, and then you've only got 2 hours left to draw. Well, that's your day. That's not fair to say you can't do a page a day. Then it would take you a good 3 days because you've got 2 hours. And I know math is hard for me, but that's 6 hours. So, and obviously it'll probably take you longer when you first start than it does, when you get moving. But
I feel like I'd be okay with like drafting the thumbnails, getting the scene set up where I want everything, because I kind of think in like movie pictures, anyways. So I get the transition to different parts of the scene or to the next scene. I think I can rough it in all right. But yeah, the fine detail for the art, that's gonna be rough.
Yeah. I think you'll find there are, and of course, it sounds like that's what Quentin does too. I think you'll find that there's a lot of art and drawing videos on the internet that you can. I don't know so much about. I don't know as much about penciling videos, but I know there are all kinds of digital inking and coloring videos out there. I've watched a whole bunch of them. So
I just want to see, where's that commercial that would come on with the infomercials at like midnight? Like, do you want to draw like this?
The portal pirate and
yeah.
Yep. Can I do that? Just mail by mail?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, draw by mail. I remember that. Shoot, there
we can just go over to Nottingham and enroll in Rich's school.
No.
Go to the Kubert school.
Where's he at?
He's in Nottingham.
Oh, Nottingham. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm messing with him all the time, man. I call him the sheriff and shit, pisses him off.
Rottingham.
I think if you really wanted to draw and do it kind of professionally, comic book stuff, I mean, I think the Kubert School is probably the premier place for that. I mean, that's all they do.
Man, we know so many people that have graduated that do projects that we promote all the time. So
Well, and we work with a handful of them, Cubies. Yeah. See, I missed those. She probably meant that one for Pale Rider was probably Rich. So then Rye says $1 million billion needs a live action movie.
Yes. Absolutely.
Agreed.
So, you know what? Amelia Bedelia sounds familiar, but I can't place
She's
it.
the hapless, clueless, the kids' books.
The Maid.
The Maid. Yeah, Rory made the come over to Amelia Bedelia do, and she was given a list. She draw the blinds, and so she drew the blinds, and that was her. She always misunderstood. Yeah, literally.
I gotcha.
I don't know what era that was. I had some of them when I was a kid, but
yeah, that was.
I don't remember. It could have been
the 90s.
I don't guess I remember that. So Pops, what can you talk about anything, or maybe 2023 is upon us. What can you tell us is in store for the Madness Network in 2023?
Well, I was going to give you my highlights and lowlights of 22.
Okay, all right, do that.
Just to kind of segue into 22.
No, that's perfect. I didn't ask you. I asked everybody else that. I didn't ask you.
Now, the highlight is always the network. Okay, I mean, CromCon has been what I've been doing for almost 3 years, ever since COVID wiped the cons out, and I was trying to help people like you guys have a place to tell people where your books can be found. You know, because obviously you weren't at the con table that summer.
Right.
You know, so that was where CromCon came from. It came from an idea from Brian Polito. And so that's always my highlight every month. Okay, doing that show. I love doing that show. Somebody last year came through my door and lit a fire under me because I never had the luxury of what would I do if I had money? What would I do with this network if I had money to play with? And somebody
crush all competition.
Yeah, well, somebody came through my front door and lit that fire underneath me. Now I haven't seen that money yet, but a million ideas and a solid vision came out of that fire that got lit under my hat. You see what I'm saying? So I started building the network. Okay, because if we don't have a direct marketing, a place to market. That's what the big guys got that y'all don't. It's a huge marketing department that handles getting you guys seen. You know, that's something none of you have. So I'm trying to build a network that will work in that manner. Okay, so 2023 sees us wanting to build a Roku network, whether that money happens to show up or not.
Yeah.
Okay. The fire's been lit now. We can crowdfund the money we need to have Max build our Roku channel. You know, and we've thought about it and we've talked about it, and it's probably the direction we're going to go.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to offer different tiers to showrunners who want to get in that aren't involved, that want to be in. Packages for advertisers. Different tiers for different things, right? I mean, we're going to offer you something in return for helping us build this thing. It's not like, you know. So that means store owners, anybody that wants to advertise can pledge on a tier, and we will build ads specifically for them and put them on the shows they want. You know, now we've talked about this too. We're going to set it up in a POV format. Or a demand view on demand, so that you guys don't have to worry about fitting a time slot and editing your thing down to. You see what I'm saying? We're going to do it.
Oh, yeah. So like a Netflix kind of.
They'll have all your content and be able to binge it from episode 1 to present. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And you guys just keep adding your content to your channels. Our guy just goes and pulls it off your channel and adds it to the Roku channel.
Wow.
It's all very simple, but we got to pay dude.
Right.
Dude ain't going to do this for free. You know, it costs some money when we got to have our own server. And that costs money. You know, you can't do what we're talking about doing, downloading that much content without having our own server to use.
Yeah.
So we got to pay for that. There's a few things, but we're going to crowdfund the Roku channel. It's probably going to cost us about $3,000, and that gives Max, what he needs to pay for everything and do everything.
Yeah.
So you
keep saying Max. Is that Max Devill?
Yeah, that's our boy Max. He's the one that built. He's the one that built Hart Fisher's American Horrors Networks. both of those on Roku, I'm putting my trust in somebody I already know can do the job.
Right. Yeah.
Jibber jabber.
Very cool.
Yeah, he built Jibber Jabber too. Yeah, jibberjabber.social, the comics only Twitter channel.
What?
Oh yeah, you haven't seen that? Holy,
I'm familiar with this.
I guess I'm gonna have to drop some of these things over here in your stuff. I don't.
Hey, everybody.
I don't have that one in here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna bounce. Happy New Year.
I'm
Happy New Year, Scott. Thank
I'll
you.
See you all.
Happy New Year.
See me Wednesday. Good night.
You will see everybody Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Cool. It's nice meeting you guys.
Yeah. I'm out to you, gentlemen. Have a wonderful. Yeah. Have a wonderful evening. Lovely meeting Pops and all the other guys. It's awesome. First time I got to see them, so love it.
Dude, thanks for
Happy New Year, Roy.
Thanks for everything. Let me see if I can. I can't believe I don't have that in your studio. It's in every other studio in here.
Oh well.
So is this like? Are you making like a comic TV station?
Yes, I want a Roku channel.
Okay.
For Roku. You know.
So it could be like so people on TVs could just click into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, come on. Don't you guys want to be on TV?
Oh yeah. Well, I guess we technically already are. So is it like?
Oh my God, I'm on TV. First comes, now this.
I know.
Roku is the second largest thing next to cable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most TVs have it. I think there's one other, but most TVs come pre-installed with the Roku. And Roku, for it's not a streaming service per se. It's just like a way to collect streaming services or something like that.
You can have a live stream. Hart Fisher has two different channels there. One of them is continuous programming, right?
Okay.
Horror movies, one after another, after another, after another. The other channel, I think, is being set up like a view on demand, where, like us, okay, you can go right now to my YouTube channel and you'll see every playlist is responsible for a show.
Okay.
Silverline, I have all you guys together. I didn't kind of didn't realize it was three different shows, but if you go to my network and look at Silverline, all you guys' stuff is in that playlist.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably best that way.
So Max can just go grab it. Boom.
Yeah.
He can just go download it all right there. Boom. There's Silverline.
So is this on Roku now, or is this something you're working towards?
This is what I'm saying. It's going to cost us about $3,000.
Oh, okay. So that's what you're talking. Okay, put it on.
That's my 2023 right now. See.
And now this is a reminder to me that Aaron doesn't read all the stuff that I post in our private Silverline chat.
They do, yeah, because you guys are constantly like a lot of times I go on, you guys are talking about something's on the internet or whatever. So yeah, I must have missed this one. I did know about us connecting to Pop's network. I remember that. I did not hear about the Roku.
Yeah,
no.
that was all part of that same conversation.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, because I remember he was doing that because he's trying to make like a network of shows, but like just like a network of indie creators.
Yeah. Which is what the Comic Madness Network is.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I thought you were Book Network. Weren't you involved with Arrow Comics for a while, or did that?
I'm not. I promote what Randy does.
Okay.
You know,
I know
I've never been signed as anybody's anything. What I've always done has been voluntary for fun, because I.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an Arrow comic. Yeah, The Realm. Oh,
yeah, I got one of those.
The Realm.
I got some. I mean, you know, friends with Randy. I was friends with those 80,000 listeners. You know.
Yeah.
What can you say? You don't know about people till you know about people.
That's right.
Okay.
Oh, was this the gentleman that had that one show that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you make friends in this community. You promote people. Some people turn out to be people you probably shouldn't have promoted, but you didn't know that.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, how would you,
right?
You know?
And if you're from my era, from my generation, you believe in a couple things. One of them is innocent until proven guilty, and the other one is loyalty. Okay. And if one of my friends messes up, and you can prove he messed up, then yeah, that's misplaced loyalty. I'm sorry.
I just always think it's weird.
Proven that.
Yeah.
You've proven that. I'm a loyal friend.
Yeah. I just always think it's weird that where people would come into the comic industry and try to like get money or things out of people in the kind, like, we're all poor. Like, exactly. What are you attempting to get from us? I mean, out of any industry, you pick this one.
This is the whole thing. This is the whole thing. I did this out of love for comics because a whole bunch of my friends are comic creators, and COVID shut you guys down one summer. That's why I started doing this. It didn't have nothing to do with making money. I've been doing it out of pocket for.
Oh yeah, not you, but I've seen when other people will actually, and I always find it. I mean, like, there's so many other industries that have way more money if you're going to embezzle or whatever than the comic. I'm just like, seriously?
They make money.
Some money from.
Like for me, okay, in the middle of last year, I was about to shut it down because I was really not in a position where I could do it out of pocket anymore.
Yeah.
And I made it known in madness that I was like kind of running out of the ability to do it. And a couple of people jumped in. Chris from Laughing Road Gaming and Thomas from Committed Comics. They jumped in. They threw some money at us to keep the show going.
Yeah, I know Committed Comics. I've met that gentleman a few times.
Yeah, Thomas is awesome.
Yeah, he's up in. Is he from up in the Pacific Northwest? Because I've met him at a few conventions up here. Okay, that's why I've met him. He's more of a local. Yeah, he was a nice guy.
He's an awesome dude, man. And, between him and Chris, they kind of came to the rescue of the show. And it was after that I met the guy that lit the fire under my ass, of course, and it was like, okay, well, now we got to do this. And we expanded the network. We paid for the business, the professional things so that we could bring in more people and add more shows to the network. Because Roland knows that the amount of members that they give you in StreamYard costs money. Yeah. For every extra member you add, it costs more money. And it's like, so I juggle a lot of people because we got like 25 shows that we're messing with. Oh, God. But I do.
I think it's a great idea too, though, because you're able to provide for others like us. I mean, we couldn't stream to 8 networks, 8 different locations on our own. We couldn't do that, right? So the network, by being a part of this network, that gives us that ability that we would not have had. And I think, I can't speak for the others, but I would assume it's got to be the same for them.
Well, what I was going to say is you could do that within your own network, but then you'd just be already reaching the same people you already reach.
Right.
Yeah. Like joining us,
of course.
That was the whole thing. It was like, I can provide something for everybody that, it's helpful. And it don't God look, Roland, how much money you saved since you joined network, bro?
Yeah, Silverline has saved I don't know if you want me to tell the numbers.
No, I'm just saying you saved money by joining my network.
We absolutely have. We have saved our we have saved considerably on the monthly subscription fees to StreamYard every single month.
It's
absolutely.
It's really simple, you guys. If all of you were giving them $25, $50, $75, they're making a killing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you could do a network and it's just paid through one.
Exactly.
Network, guys. Network together. Yeah. I mean, I've been saying this for a long time. I look at some of the bigger creators who, have shows where there's 8, 10 of these big creators out there. And my God, they all got huge audiences. No wonder their thing grows, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You guys need a bigger audience.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, most of those people get bigger audiences because of, unfortunately, political stances, certain attitudes. That's what I've seen.
Well, some of them. So some of those guys come with. I mean, you got to think most of those guys.
But when they band together, look what happens. I'm not talking about them.
They had a popularity at Marvel and DC, so they went on.
Those ones. Yeah, I'm thinking of other. Okay, yeah. I'm thinking of other ones. Like I only know the ones that show up on my YouTube. I haven't
I was gonna say I can't think of any on YouTube that weren't on Marvel and DC first, and then went political.
Yeah.
All of them.
Oh yeah, yeah. They have that reach.
And like I said, once they band together, now you've just compounded their audience to the point where come on, Mike Barron's
Happy New Year's, Mr. Myers Bunch. You are welcome. There's the link right there. You're welcome to jump on real quick and say Happy New Year's live if you want to. certainly, Mr. Myers is absolutely a supporter of Silverline. I know he's a big independent comic supporter, so I don't know that he supports all of the comics on the network, but it wouldn't surprise me if he did.
And this is the whole thing. It's like no network, no TV network in existence has a show that you like every single show on it.
That's right. Yep.
That's why there's a remote, yo.
That's right.
That's why there's choices.
Yep.
That's why there's 200 channels on cable, because
Happy New Year,
likes it
Carissa.
all. You know, hi, Carissa. Carissa is worthychaoscomics.com. Another person that we're promoting in on the network.
Nice.
She's awesome. Her books are awesome. Can't wait to get
it. Yeah, nice. Very cool.
But yeah, it's all about growth, man, and that's what helps everybody.
And one of the things that we talk about consistently is, she said, "Oh, thank you, Pops." One of the things we talk about consistently, our biggest struggle with Silverline is eyeballs. Is how do we get more people aware of the stuff that we're doing? We have some very dedicated and loyal backers now, but a couple of them have even come and said, you know what, I missed your first several Kickstarters because I didn't even know you guys were around. Now I know you're around, and of course they back everything that we do, and God, we couldn't do this without them, But that's what I find is so many people, oh, you're making comic books? I didn't even know you were making comic books. Well, I'm on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, it's like,
How can you not know?
I say that a lot. How can you not know? But the reality is there's just a lot of people who are not aware because we don't have the reach that something like a Marvel or DC has. And we just got to keep shouting from the mountaintop.
That's the link to the Jibber Jabber. What Max did is Max took a Twitter clone and he made it just for comic people.
That's pretty cool.
Just about comic stuff. You go out there, you drop your links, but there's no politics, there's no porn bots, there's nobody trying to steal your data. Max don't got time for that shit. Max a busy dude. Serious business. He ain't got time to mess. It's like he built it for us. Use it.
Yeah. Carissa says, I have the same problem. Great story, but no one sees it. Yeah. That's that's.
But now she also has a great story about her comic. Her first one, like her first sign up, I think she had like 25 people that signed up for her first book. And her second book, she's like pushing towards up near 100 now.
Wow, that's fantastic.
For her second book. So we are trying our best to get exposure for her, make sure people see her and what she's doing, just like everybody else in the network.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Yeah. My favorite part. Favorite part of all
25 at the startup, first one, and 77 now. That's
Are you talking fantastic. Kickstarter backers?
Yeah.
Oh, not backers. That's sign up. The pre-launch sign up.
Okay.
For the first book, she's got 77 on the sign up for her second book.
So Chris Carroll says, someone get Vic one of them half glove thingies. I don't think he likes being covered in pencil.
This is also him, but yeah.
And mine are actually compression gloves because my fingers want to fall off my hands.
What is her comic? I've never heard of. It's
okay. Let me drop the link real quick. Oh, Worthy, where are you?
Well, she's got 77 signed up. She's got more than we do. Our sign up has. Let me see if I can go to our sign up has 42 followers. So
this is her website. That's her website right there. It's good stuff. It's really good looking stuff. I think we met her through Laurie, through our Tuesday morning brew host. Laurie Calcaterra, she'd be breaking, dude. Her show is amazing too. There's so many cool shows on this network, guys. Laurie's got Chuck Dixon Tuesday morning.
Chuck, I know Chuck, fantastic.
Yeah, so yes, Laurie, yes, very much. Laurie has a book of her own, Path of the Pale Rider. You know, I mean, everybody in the network's got cool stuff going on, man. You can't beat the drum enough about how much cool stuff is coming out of, you know, the indie community, and how many of these people come to me and go, Pops, we want to talk about us. I'll do it. I'll freaking do it all day long.
Yep.
You know. Carissa, if you want to come out here and throw the pitch at these guys and tell them about your 22.
She needs to do it really quickly because my clock reads 9:28. We're about to cut it off. So, yeah. So there's our sign up. This was the last thing I was going to do here. There's our sign up. Divinity 1 through 3 and Trumps 1 through 4. We will have. I do got to change that image because we've got foil covers. Will be our Kickstarter exclusive covers, and though they're hard to take photographs of, but they look really, really, really good. So
yeah,
and that launches Tuesday morning. So
what time Tuesday morning?
Probably 8 or 9. I gotta go back and read my. I got a Kickstarter strategies that I'm gonna try to follow for this one. And it said this one said the algorithm showed that Tuesday is the best day to launch, and it's either 8 or 9. I can't remember which.
In the morning?
Yes. Yep. I know. It will be the first time we've ever launched on a Tuesday morning, but I'm going to try it.
Well, I mean, I've done a lot of launch parties, and you know, basically prime time has always been good to people. I've only done a couple in the morning, and it's like in the morning you actually have to get people out of bed to back.
Yeah. I don't know. This is just one of the things. Just this one said. All right, here's several of them. Red Chuck's Unprepped. Yeah, Chuck's a good writer, not just with comics. I don't want to take up time, but thank you. Yeah, I wish you'd seen it earlier. We had lots of time. I will totally. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And then Michael said, one more cat and mouse. Me and you both, brother. Good news, though. Good news is that I've been swapping emails with the guy who's wrapping up the last few pages of number 4 for the pencils. And so I anticipate to have number 4 finished within 6 weeks. Something like that. I'm hoping, and of course, the next issue is already completely penciled, and it's in Jose's hands as Jose's inking it. So,
which one?
Well, I haven't decided if it's going to be number 5 or if it's going to be
number 1.
A new number 1. Yeah, you know.
I feel like getting that number 1 boost would do a decent amount of good.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's probably the way to go, especially for a Kickstarter. Mike Meyer says that's good news. Thank you, sir. Chris says we're gonna get 1 and 2. 1, 2, and 3, I believe, are on Indie Planet. So let me. So actually, what I prefer you do, I'm gonna show you Indie Planet anyway. Indie Planet. I think is it indieplanet.com? Yeah. What I prefer you do is we always offer back issues in our Kickstarters. Silverline, was it?
Catch your peers, yo! It's very important. Very important.
Yeah. I was telling somebody the other day. So here is. Let me share this one. Because I never see Chris. I'm going to go ahead and ask you a question anyway, though. Chris, even though she says she sees it all. I don't want to stop the cam. I want to share. Where's the share? Present. They change it to present. Yeah. Share screen. Share screen. I'll go to window. I'm going to go to Chrome tab. Silverline Indie Planet. Okay. So you can find all the Silverline books here. Not all of them, but a whole bunch of them here on indieplanet.com/Silverline. This is where you can get Cat and Mouse 1, 2, and 3. For Cat and Mouse, the one that Mr. Myers was talking about. Divinity 1 and 2 will be kickstarting number 3. With Divinity 1 and 2 are available here. And then Trumps You can see Trump's 1, 2 are available. 3 is not available on this one on their website yet. But as I said, all of them will be available as part of the Kickstarter. We always offer back issues. Yeah, we always offer back issues.
White Devil, or Phil will have a fit.
What's that?
Got to throw some love at White Devil, or my boy Phil will have a
right.
fit.
Well, hey, listen, we're waiting on Phil to finish the colors for White Devil number 2.
I know. But if we
that,
don't talk about him, he has a fit. So
yeah.
I'm waiting.
He'll get to work, bro.
All right. Well, our time has run out here.
I just dropped you something in your videos.
Say again.
I just dropped something in your videos.
And if you didn't hear me at the beginning of the stream, you weren't quite on yet. I apologize for not having edited those yet. I am working on those. You know how the holidays are. I had expectations to do so much stuff, and yeah, that didn't happen. So, thank you all for all the guests who popped by and told us of their shows on the network. Thank you, Quentin, for steadily drawing for us.
That's what he does, yo. That's what he does. He comes
Vic,
out
and it was great to see you. You know how we end the show, Vic? Wait! Don't do it yet. I gotta get to my things.
See, that's what I said. I put a new video in the back for you.
Wait! Hold. Let me.
I'm bigging it.
There you go. Embiggen it. That's right. So you guys remember to make mine Silverline. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Hey, I'm Pat.
Good night and goodbye.
Make mine Silverline.